Now I'm gonna shoot out a bunch of things that you should know and do before you start your locks, okay? One thing you need to do is research. Now, if you're watching this video, then you're probably already on point. You're probably already doing your research. So, good for you. Good for you. And if I were you, I would take advantage of all of my resources, including these YouTube videos, blogs, natural hair blogs. A lot of you have never taken care of natural hair before. A lot of you have never taken care of long hair before or anything like that. So you want to learn how to take care of hair. You want to learn how to take care of locks in particular. You want to be knowledgeable of certain products and things of that nature. Washing techniques, retwisting techniques, research. There is an ugly stage. Now, the reason why I put air quotes is because everybody doesn't think it's ugly. Ugly is an opinion, so I don't want to generalize it and say it's ugly stage. Looking back on my old videos, I don't think I ever looked ugly with my awkward locks. I don't even want to call it awkward, but when my locks were developing, I don't even think they were ugly then. But I did feel self-conscious often. Sometimes it didn't look as neat as I wanted it to look. Sometimes I really couldn't do much with it. So it was kind of uncomfortable very often. So you need to understand that you are going to have those days pretty often where you don't feel like your hair looks like how you want it to look. There's going to be times when you just may not feel very attractive, whether you're male or female. My personal opinion, if you want to start your locks, I think your best bet is to start like in the fall, like in the end of summer, in the beginning of fall maybe, so that when that real awkward stage comes in, it's like winter, so you can be wearing hats and things of that nature to, you know, conceal it. You can be modest, and you're not going to be too self-conscious about it, you know. Because what I did, I had my awkward stage in like the summer. My hair was out, and I had no choice but to wear it out because I didn't want to die of a heat stroke by putting on too much hats and head wraps and things. Every now and then I was able to put on a head wrap. You know, this is New York. The weather is kind of funny. Sometimes it was cool in the summer, so I was able to do that sometimes. But for the most part, I had to just man up. I had to woman up and just rock my hair out, and that's good too. If you want to do that, that's great. That's better in my actually. But if you want to hide your hair, I think that's the best time to do it. In like the winter, fall, you know. But if you want to rock that short cut, go ahead and do it in the spring, in the summer, you know. There is no set time on when your hair should lock. People hit me up all the time like, oh, I've been twisted up for 4 months. Why isn't my hair locked yet? Who told you your hair should be locked at 4 months? I think I wouldn't even consider my hair fully locked until at least 8 months. And that's probably a stretch. So basically, everyone's hair is different. That's another thing you should know. Everyone's hair is different, so you shouldn't look at my videos and think, let me do exactly what she's doing so my hair can come out looking exactly like hers. That may not work for you. I suggest you look at a whole lot of people on YouTube, for example, Instagram, wherever, Tumblr, because you're going to see a lot of people with different grains of hair and different techniques, and since one may not work for you, here you can see others and, you know, guess and check, trial and error, and see what works for you the best. If you want your hair to be a certain size, certain thickness, you want to consider how thick your hair is, and you want to create your parts accordingly. Okay? when it comes to the sizing of our locks, we're never really sure how it's gonna come out. For example, I wanted my locks to be a bit thicker than how it is now. I made my well, the lady at the salon who started my locks for me, she made my parts fairly medium to large throughout my head, and I guess my hair wasn't as thick to really pull that off. So I have a decent thickness, but not quite as thick as I wanted. So a lot of those things you have to consider: how thick our hair is, how dense our hair is, parting, etc. Wash your hair. People will tell you, oh, you can't wash your hair when you are starting your locks. That's completely false, and it's completely ridiculous, and it's pretty disgusting. Wash your hair. You need to wash your hair. If you're concerned about your hair unraveling, what I did personally was wear a stocking cap over my hair and shampoo through the stocking cap. The stocking cap kept my locks in place, and the water was still able to get through the sheer stocking. So I was able to do it that way. My locks weren't unraveling with that method. But you need to wash your hair. Not only is it just good for your hygiene, but it will help your hair lock. Patience is needed, because you're not going to get your hair to look the way you want it to look overnight. This is an extended process. If you look up on YouTube and look up a lot of lock videos, you'll see so many journeys, and they're called journeys for a reason. It's a process, and it's a learning experience, it's a spiritual experience, it's a whole lot of things to a whole lot of people. But just know that it's going to take time, so you need to be patient. If you're trying to get locks because someone told you locks were cool, someone told you locks would look good on you, that might not be the hairstyle for you. The simple fact that it's such a journey, it's such a personal decision, you shouldn't make it based off of anyone else, because you may not stick through it. And in my opinion, it's a waste of time. I guess I shouldn't say a waste of time, because everything is a learning experience, but it's still kind of a waste of time for you to go a few months starting your locks and then decide, I don't want them anymore. That's pretty much it for now. If I come with more tips for beginners, then I'll definitely make a part 2. See you soon.